Hey everyone!
Happy Thursday!
Happy Thursday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Welcome to Club on the Go. I'm Mr. Sergio.
And I'm Miss Danielle from University Terrace.
We're very happy to be here with you guys today. Thank you guys so much for joining. As always, if you are watching this on Facebook Live, make sure that you have your parents' permission. And also, if you go to one of our sites or you are a club kid, let us know which site or which city and state you're at. Just don't comment any personal info, so don't give us your name, things like that. But do let us know where you're from or what site you attend, and we'll give you a shout out.
So I guess we'll go over the things that we always go over at the beginning of our videos. Remember that you guys should be washing your hands when you wash your hands inside, outside, in between the fingers, underneath the fingernails for 20 seconds, or sing the happy birthday song twice.
You also want to make sure that if you need to cough or sneeze, that you use your elbow. So think of it as a little dab. So you're going to dab, and then once you do that, you want to make sure to clean that area. So you can use some hand sanitizer or a wipe. You just want to make sure you're getting rid of all those germs.
I mentioned hand washing earlier, but if you don't have access to wash your hands, like Mr. Sergio said, you can use hand sanitizer, but the biggest thing right now is to make sure that you're not touching your face. Stay away from your eyes, nose, and mouth because germs can spread and get into your body there.
We also want to make sure that we're all practicing social distancing, especially with a lot of things opening up very soon. So if you go to stores or anything like that, make sure that you look around and acknowledge all of the tape or placements that they have on the floor. We want to make sure to stay at least 6 feet away from people in a social setting, and then we also want to make sure not to come in contact with other people. So if you see your best friend, just give them an elbow bump. And like Miss Danielle mentioned, hand sanitizer is great. So just make sure that you're always washing your hands. We did a video on cross-contamination, and we showed you guys how easy it is to just get germs everywhere. So you really want to be mindful of what you're touching, and especially mindful of not touching yourself.
The last thing is that if you're not feeling well, please make sure you tell an adult immediately. But always remember it's flu and allergy season, so it might be something a little bit more simple, not to be too worried about. But I think that's all. We're gonna hop into Harambe.
Yeah, definitely. We're pulling up the comments right now for you guys so that we can interact with you guys. So sorry, just a second, but we're about to do Harambe. All right. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do Harambe real quick. If you have attended our sites or you're familiar with Harambe, Harambe means coming together, and it's basically a time when we just try to get all of our energy going, and it's a good way to wake up, basically. So we always start with the day of the week. So are you ready? Awesome. It's Thursday and Harambe. BGC is in the house. Say what? It's Thursday and Harambe. BGC is in the house. Say what? Awesome. All right. So we have a really fun activity planned out for you guys today, and I think we're just going to hop right into it.
All right.
Shout out to Miss Janae. Shout out to Miss Amber. Shout out to Mr. Jeremiah. Miss Janae said she couldn't hear anything. Hopefully we've gotten that figured out. Shout out to Mr. Charles. Shout out to Miss Jan. Shout out to Miss Katie. All right, I think Miss Janae noticed we were doing Harambe, so we should be audible now.
All right, so in case you guys didn't know, this Sunday that is coming up is Mother's Day. So we decided that we would be making a nice little Mother's Day card today. Okay, so let's go over the different materials that you'll need. Here we have just some paper. We have different colored paper because there will be a flower on our card today. So we have white paper, a green paper, red, pink, just to maybe have some fun. But just a tip, guys, it's okay if you don't have colored paper. If you have some markers or crayons at home, you can always just take a plain piece of paper and color that. So don't worry about it too much if you don't have the different colored paper. Next, if you want.
All right, so we also need some coloring materials. So here we have some crayons, and then we also have markers. Again, it's your choice. So if you want to use, you can even use paint, things like that. So these are just things that we suggest, but you can always use your creativity to find other supplies.
The next thing you're going to need is glue. It can be liquid glue as well, but we have glue sticks, so that's what we're going to be using today.
And then you will need scissors, so scissors are going to come in handy.
All right, so the first step is going to be choosing a color that we want our background of our card to be. So I think I'm going to do pink.
Okay, I think I'm going to go with this purple
Okay.
lavender color.
The first thing that we're gonna do is make a heart out of the base color of our paper. I know a heart is really hard to draw evenly, so my tip to you would be to grab your paper and fold it in half. Alrighty, so now we have our paper folded in half, and on the side that is connected still, we're gonna draw from here. So I'm going to show you the shape that we're going to draw. I'm just going to go ahead and grab.
I think that's awesome. I never thought about that. Great job.
Can use color. So from there, I'm going to draw one side of a heart, and I'll show you once I'm done.
This one has to be the bigger one, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big size. I drew mine a little small, but if you could show them what you did.
So, you can actually make it bigger, and it's okay if you mess up, because you can always just go over it. And then I believe this will be the back of it, so it's okay if you mess up. So I think I'm actually going to make mine just a little bit bigger. But as you can see, once we cut it out, we'll get that heart shape going.
Okay, so since we folded it in half, when we cut out this one side, you're going to be able to open it up and it'll be a full-size heart, which is really cool because it'll be even since it's just going to be mirroring itself.
So as you can see, I made mine a little bit bigger, and now we're going to cut that out.
So when I open mine up, now it's a full-size heart. Right, you got yours?
Awesome.
Okay. Now the next part is going to be where we're going to be able to write our little notes later. So now you're going to take a plain piece of white paper and do the same thing. But you want this heart to be a little bit smaller than the heart you just did. So when you glue it right on top, it'll be 2 layers of paper, so you'll have 2 different colors.
Do you have anything planned for Mother's Day? I know your mom's not in this state, but do you have anything planned? Like, you're already going to send her something, or?
Yeah, so like we talked about last time during quarantine, I've been doing a lot of arts and crafts. The Dollar Tree is actually a really great place to get a lot of different, a lot of different craft supplies. So I got a picture frame that I painted because they have paint and paintbrushes there, and I've printed out a picture of me and my mom. I also sent handwritten letters, and I made my great-grandma a little jewelry box that they had there, and they also had beads to make a bracelet.
That's awesome.
What about you?
So I haven't planned anything yet, but yeah, I'm probably gonna go to the Dollar Tree as well and just be artistic, make some really nice things. I'm hoping that they'll be able to get there by Mother's Day.
Mine shipped in like a day,
oh, really?
So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mail's going out pretty fast, guys.
Yeah, I've also thought of like maybe doing like calling a local flower shop or something like that, or like edible arrangements and just surprising her like that. So that might be something that I do. You guys should totally let us know what you guys are doing for Mother's Day. Let us know down in the comments what you plan on doing for Mother's Day. Yeah, Mother's Day is such an awesome time. It's really a great time to show those maternal figures in your life that you care about them. And obviously, it's just one of the many days that we can do that. But it's also great to acknowledge that not everyone has the same family dynamic. So some people might have 2 moms, and that's totally fine. Some people might not have a mom, and that's okay. You can always make cards or make anything for other people in your life, like your aunts, your grandma, anyone who's a motherly figure. So I think that's awesome because everyone gets a chance to know that they're appreciated.
Yeah. So, I know for myself, like I mentioned earlier, I'm sending stuff to my mom, but I'm also sending stuff to my great grandma and my grandmother because those have always been motherly figures in my life. They helped me when I was growing up. They always watched me, took care of me, gave me advice when I needed it. This is just a day that's dedicated to those type of people in your life, but I think it's great to show appreciation on other days too because those type of people play a really big part in shaping who we are.
I agree.
Okay, so back to the card. Now we have the big pink heart that we did and then the smaller white heart. So now you're gonna glue it right in the center of the pink heart, and you can kind of line it up by the centers that you folded, and you could line up the two little folds so you can make sure that it's centered pretty well. So I'm going to glue down my white heart now.
And I had a little bit of difficulty with my heart. It didn't really look like a heart at first, so I did cut it down a little bit. It's okay if you mess up. You can always alternate with that. Shout out to Miss Kiosha. Miss Kiosha says that she did this activity with her second graders at UT. Shout out to Miss Bianca. Miss Kiosha says that she's making her mom a basket full of her favorite things. That's awesome.
Aww.
Shout out to Miss Patriana. Miss Jan says that she ordered ice cream cake for her mom and not sure how she's going to get it without her knowing since it's a pickup and she lives on the other side of town now. So yeah, what are some maternal figures that you have in your life that might not necessarily be a mom that you would want to make something for on Mother's Day? Let us know in the comments and we'll read all of that.
Also, another thing that you guys can comment is what are some words that you think of when you think of your mom or your motherly figure in your life? I would definitely say one of mine would be a role model. I look up to my mom. I feel like she's a very strong woman, so she inspires me every day to remain strong no matter what obstacles I face. What are some words you...
I would say my mom is very caring. She's a very caring person for sure. She's always there for everyone. She's always offering help. So caring, I think all mothers tend to be caring though. So another thing would be she's very, she's independent. I think she's also really independent, and that's a great thing because she doesn't necessarily rely on other people. She just kind of gets stuff done that she wants to get done.
Another, well, not just one word, but another kind of phrase that I think of is unconditional love. I feel like no matter what, I can mess up, I can maybe have an attitude, sometimes be stubborn, but no matter what, my mom and motherly figures always show me unconditional love.
So Miss Kiosha says strong and considerate. Those are great. Those are very great words to describe our motherly figures.
Okay,
Right.
So next step of the card, we're going to be drawing the stems and the leaves of the flower that we will be making. So all you're going to need is like a rectangle, and then we're going to draw 2 leaves out. So like a long skinny rectangle.
And I think there's 2 ways of doing this. You can draw it out or, I think we're actually both doing the same thing. We're just going to cut the side, yeah. So yeah, you can draw it out or you can just cut a piece from the side.
I like cutting off a piece from the side because one of the sides is already pretty straight.
Life happy.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I meant by a long, skinny little rectangle. And now you're gonna tape that.
Miss Kiosha says that the heart I made reminds her of the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
I know
intro?
exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so you're gonna kind of put this at the base of the white heart. You're not gonna go to the bottom of the pink heart, so it's gonna stay in the white.
Okay, Ms. D says, strong, independent, intelligent, caring, loving, it's so much, but she always does she always does for me no matter what,
Mhm.
and she doesn't care how old she gets, that she'll always help her, and that she'll always have her back, and that she loves that about her. I think that's awesome. That's
Yes.
definitely how I feel about my mom too.
Okay, so this is the step that we're at now. Now we're gonna draw leaves. How do you describe this shape? Almost like a thinner almond shade.
Maybe like teardrop-ish.
But we want both ends to be pointy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna draw it and show you because I feel like that's a little bit easier. It's kind of like
Eyes.
like evil eyes.
It's a leaf shape.
Okay. So here you go. You see, if it wasn't pointy at the end, it would kind of look like an almond. But just make both ends pointy.
Oh, and just to clarify, Ms. D is Ms. Destiny,
Oh,
not Miss Demetria. Looks like we have a few people saying they want to watch Powerpuff Girls, so free advertisement.
that was my show. That and Dora were my favorite shows when I was little. So now we're cutting out our leaves that we drew on our paper. And they don't have to be perfect or even. One of mine looks way skinnier than the other, but that's okay. They're unique and my own.
Miss Janae says that she also loved watching Dora.
I wasn't the only one.
I don't think we had mentioned this part yet, but these are going to be pop-up cards, so that's
yes.
something that's going to be really fun. Can't wait to show you guys that.
Okay, so now that I had cut my little two pieces, I glued them both at an angle with the points ending in the middle of the stem that we had cut out just before the leaves. Okay, now the next step is gonna be a little bit more work, but we're gonna be drawing the petals of our flowers. So they're probably not gonna be even because we're gonna hand draw each one, but that's okay. Like I said, we had different colored paper. So for my flower, I think I'm gonna do the pink, the yellow, and then the lavender colored paper that I got for my different leaves. What colors are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna go with red and yellow.
Okay.
Might add some pink in there, not sure yet.
Okay, so the shape that we're gonna be drawing over and over again, I'm going to show you guys. It's gonna be like a big U with 3 points. So, maybe I should do that wider. Okay, I messed up a little bit, but it's okay. I made it a little bit wider. So you see it's like a big U, and then you have 3 points, 2 on the side and 1 in the center. So we're just gonna do that multiple times.
All right, how many of those do you think we need to make?
Maybe we can do like 3 per color.
Okay.
what I think I'm gonna do is just fold my paper over
Oh,
so
that's
that
smart.
when I cut it, there'll be multiple cutouts of the same thing. That'll just be a little tip to save you some time. So I think this time I'm gonna fold my paper first and then draw the shape because I tried to fold it after and it got a little funny.
And once you, so I folded mine in four. So I have 4 flowers, but I just thought of this. So once you have one, you can just use that to make your other ones the same size. You would just trace it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a great idea, Miss Anil. You should definitely fold it instead of making multiple ones, and that way they will all be the same shape. So you fold it in 3 or 4, and then you take one from the first cutout and you'll just trace it.
I know another thing that I'm planning for Mother's Day, because like Mr. Sergio said, my mom is in a different state currently.
It's actually funny, both of our moms are in the same state.
Yeah, so I know like FaceTime, a FaceTime call with her and my grandma is definitely gonna happen, so we can
Awesome.
all just talk for a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts of everything that's been going on. The fact that we have access to that technology where we can just see people, talk to them, and not necessarily have to be right in front of them. It's obviously not the same, but it's a great way to cope with that.
Yeah. I agree.
I think something cool would be maybe like I might get like Uber Eats or something delivered to my mom's house, and
That
then we
would
can
be
have
good.
like a little dinner or something through FaceTime.
Yeah.
So definitely lots of different things we can do.
I think the important thing right now is for everybody to just be creative and think outside the box. I know that sometimes people think that the flashy or expensive gifts are kind of what everybody wants, but these type of handmade, heartfelt gifts are something that are really special too.
Yeah, and it's definitely great to let our members know that because it's always, you don't have to go out and spend all that money. You
Yeah.
can, and it's definitely appreciated, but it's always also great to just make things that come from the heart.
And I know too, like when I was younger, obviously I didn't have a job, so I would always get
Yeah.
stressed out around the holidays, like how am I supposed to pay for stuff? But when you're doing stuff like this, that kind of eliminates that problem.
So I have 8 flowers so far. Do you think I might need some more?
I think you should be fine. So, if you want to go ahead and start, because you're already ready, you're going to take one of those and keep it flat, and then you're going to glue it on to where you would like your flower to be. And that's going to be the first step.
Alright, so I think I'm going to start with the red one. So we'll put some glue on the back.
And start with the yellow one.
So this is what we have so far.
So I was just kind of fixing the shape of my flower because mine were a little bit long for what I liked. So I just adjusted it really quickly and cut off the bottom portion. Okay, so now with all the other pieces that you made in the different colors, you're going to fold them in half. So you can go ahead and do that. And then you can always, when we actually start to glue them, if you swap the colors, so then it looks like there's two different colors, and that'll look really nice.
Yeah, we hope you guys are enjoying all of these activities that we're doing. We're currently planning out our summer, and it's gonna look something similar to this, so definitely stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot more things to do, and we're definitely looking forward to that. So if you've been enjoying the activities that we've been doing, we will have a similar platform where we'll be doing this. So please stay tuned. We look forward. We're very excited to start that. Shout out to Ms. Clarissa. She said that it's good. We have good ideas.
Thank you.
Shout out to all of our sites.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and shout out to all of our members who are also tuned in.
Okay, so now that we have these all folded up, we're gonna take the first color and you're gonna glue one half down over the one you laid on. So just one half you're gonna glue down on top of that first flower that you did.
So this is what it should look like. We glued this part down here.
Now your next step is gonna be to put glue on both sides of the next half that you had folded.
Miss Jan says that these are really cool and that she's never made a 3D card before, and that she might do this instead of buying an actual card.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's a fun, easy project.
Miss Destiny says shout out to us for sharing this with everyone. Thank you. We appreciate your support.
We miss you. Okay, so the second one you had glued, like I said, you put glue on both sides. You're gonna glue it to the one half of the first half that you glued down that didn't have glue on it.
And then you'll just keep repeating that, right?
Yes, okay. So now you're gonna put on every half, you're gonna put glue on both sides and just glue it to the half that you put on before. Right. Now once you reach your final piece, you're going to glue that last free side back down to the card to make sure that it's really glued on there. And I'm going to show you what the end result gives you guys. So now you can see my flower when it's open. You can see all different types of colors, and you can see I glued down the side of this one and then the side of this one to the base of the card. So now you have a multicolored flower, and when you close it and you open it up, it'll open up so whoever can see it.
I really like the colors that you used. It looks really awesome.
Thank you.
So this is what mine looks like. And as always, you can decorate. You can add more decorations. So you can write a little message in there.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, since I made my white heart so small, I think I'm gonna use the border, the pink border, and I'm gonna write in there. So I think I'm gonna grab a marker. Or can I borrow the black marker? Thank you. And if you saw Mr. Sergio's card, he did something really cool. He added, I don't know necessarily like the veins,
That's what I
yeah,
wanted to say to you, yeah.
on the leaves so they look more realistic. Okay, so on my card, I just wrote Happy Mother's Day, have a great day, and I love you. But because it's kind of like a border, so the words didn't kind of run all together, I just put little dots in between each one of my different phrases so it wouldn't look like a big mess.
And I just wrote Happy Mother's Day, but I think I'm gonna add some little decorations right here.
And then you always have the back side that you can also decorate. I had, like I said, drawn the heart too small earlier, but now I think I'm going to make that a part of my design and finish off the other side of the heart. So like we said earlier, even if you make a mistake, that's okay. You can just utilize that, so I think that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Yeah, I really think the tip that you gave where you fold it to make a heart is really easy because I don't know about anyone else, but I'm really bad at drawing hearts. I just drew some in there. I don't know if they really look like hearts, but yeah, so that was a great, awesome tactic to do.
So now on the outside, I'm just drawing some cool little swirls in red. Just a fun fact, I don't know if people know that when you give roses that have different colors have different meanings. So a red rose is typically something that represents love. Yellow is typically friendship. So there's just a lot of different things that when you give roses to people, they actually have different meanings.
That's awesome. So you can definitely decorate your card any way that you'd like. These are just some examples that we're showing you guys.
And even on the back side, if you wanted to write more, have more space to write, you could even continue your message on there.
Yeah, you could even cut out another heart and put that on there. Ms. Janae suggested that we could put a picture on there. That's definitely something that you can
That
do.
would be great. All right, well, Mr. Sergio finishes his card. I'm just gonna show you. So once again, here's the inside with my message. And then on the outside, I had messed up on the first outline, so I just connected it and did some little swirls around there to make it fun. Since I already sent my mom her Mother's Day card, maybe I'll just take a picture and text this to my mom.
Alright, so here's what the outside of my card looks like. I put some pink on there, and then I put some purple stripes on there. And then on the inside, it just says Happy Mother's Day and a couple of hearts.
I think your card looks really great.
Thank you, I really like yours. I like yours a little better. I definitely feel like I should have used one more color just to make it a little bit more vibrant, but I like mine too.
Yeah, and I think even if you were to do the same thing and use all red, this looks more like a tulip, but if you were to do all red, then it could be a red rose.
So Ms. Jan suggested the picture could be the center part of a flower and the petals could be drawn.
Okay.
So that would be really cool.
Yeah, I really like the idea of a picture. That'd be a really nice touch. I think that's it. All right, well, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had so much fun making these cards. We hope that you guys will make some too. If you do, please take a picture of them, post them on our Facebook wall, share them on social media. Let us know so that we can give you a shout out. If you've done any of the activities, if you followed along and done any of the activities that we've done, definitely let us see them. We are excited to see what everyone's doing and to share them with everyone. As a reminder, today's the last day that we have Facebook Live for this week. We'll be back on Monday. We have a live every Monday through Thursday. And as always, we want to mention our Goose Chase app. So if you download the Goose Chase app, you just need to input this code to start playing. So it's KK8P1K. Check out our website, brclubs.org. And this is a little motto that we have at the moment: whatever it takes to build great futures. So definitely check out the Goose Chase app. It's really fun. We will announce the winners very soon, and it's our second time doing this now. So it's a brand new game that anyone can participate in, and whoever gets the most points will also be rewarded. So definitely check that out.
Just one last little tip: if you guys did what I said with the whole folding, you can keep your scraps and actually use these as stencils for like future art projects or whatever. That'll just be something fun.
Yeah.
But like I said, happy Thursday. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a great Mother's Day.
Bye.